Hello, everyone. Today we're talking about probably the most important gun related court case that is going to be talked about in the coming years. This is the court case that is going to be regarding SB 1327, the state of California and Gavin Newsom and Rob Bonta's brainchild political stunt, where they chose to model the Texas abortion ban lawsuit or the Texas abortion ban laws and say, you know what, if they're going to do that for abortions, we're going to do it for guns. What this ban or what this bill does is shifts the fee responsibility of gun court cases to the people who are trying to get your rights back. I apologize if my voice is a little bit off today. I recently did an event with Route 66 Shooting Sport Park. There was something like 3,000, 4,000 people, raised a ton of money for CRPA and Firearms Policy Coalition, two organizations, both of which who have lawsuits going forward challenging SB 1327. So if you're looking for organizations to support, I highly recommend you support them, because if you live in the state of California, they're doing the work that actually matters for you directly. Now, what this lawsuit does is, let's give you an example. Let's say in the Boland versus Bonta handgun roster case, which I am a plaintiff for, let's say in that court case, we have a list of arguments that we are making, and we win on every one of them except one of them. Let's say we successfully get the handgun roster struck down, but there's some other thing that we mention that doesn't get struck down with it, or only certain parts of the roster get struck down. Even if we receive what we would deem a win, the state of California could still go to the plaintiffs, being Lance Boland, myself, the CRPA, and the others involved, and say, you are now responsible for all of the legal fees from the state. Because in the way that SB 1327 was written, if any one of the claims made or any one of the arguments or any one of the challenges made are not successful, the state is considered successful and can recoup all of their legal fees to fight it from the plaintiffs. So here's how that would look as far as what your money is going to. You pay taxes. Those taxes are going to the state of California legislature, who writes laws that challenge your rights and take your rights away. Then you choose to support organizations like the CRPA or FPC, and you give them your money so that they can argue to try to take your rights back. Then they successfully win a court case. Then the state of California is like, wait, but one of the arguments you made was not successful. Now you are going to be responsible to pay for the legal fees, which went from your tax dollars that Rob Bonta and the boys were wasting away trying to keep you from having your rights. So you have to pay for it on both ends. That's how they want it to work. The reason they're doing this is to intentionally make it so that you would be too scared to actually fight for your rights. This is not about the Second Amendment. While it might be saying that any gun law case challenge, if you're not completely successful, you would have to pay, this is an attack on your First Amendment rights to protest against the government. This is insane, mostly because when you look at how this was actually passed and the process that went on, Gavin Newsom and Rob Bonta both said that this was unconstitutional, or that it was ridiculous, and that this method of attacking someone's rights, whether you believe in abortion or not, we're not talking about that today, but they said that this was ridiculous. They said it was unconstitutional. Rob Bonta filed briefs challenging those laws. Now, Rob Bonta and Gavin Newsom are going to have to defend those same style of laws which they previously said were wrong and evil. Who do you think is really wrong and evil in this situation? I'll let you have a second to answer that down below. Now, while the legislators in the state of California were writing this bill, SB 1327, they actually, during their analysis, said this is not going to hold up to constitutional muster. This is unconstitutional. The UCLA, or the the ACLU actually came out and said that this was not cool, which, if the legislators are saying it's not cool, Gavin Newsom and Rob Bonta are saying it's not cool, and the ACLU is saying it's not cool, it might not be constitutional. Let me know what you guys think down below. This is a huge one because this is what has been holding up some court cases, because many court cases and many gun rights orgs have been waiting to make progress in some court cases because they want to make sure that they won't be destroyed, because these kind of fee shifting changes could bankrupt people and really ruin their lives. It's something that you have to get over with and deal with first. So they are seeking a preliminary injunction to put this on hold, because even lawsuits that were already on the books as of, I think, sometime in 2021, they would still be affected by this law that has not technically gone into effect yet. So this is a big deal. The CRPA and FPC both have lawsuits. I'm going to leave a link down to the CRPA because that is the one that I had been reading myself. But if you want to support either of those organizations, they would both be great choices for you. If you want to support me in the court case that I'm involved in, Boland v. Bonta, highly recommend that you support the CRPA. This would potentially get rid of the safe handgun roster, which would make it a lot easier for you to get the firearms that you really want and that would really work better for you, not just Gen 3 Glocks, Smith & Wesson Shields, and some SIGs. You guys know the drill. Have fun, be safe, stay dangerous. Peace.